off on my own and left y'all? Man, woo! You start thinking about that. Thinking about how the shame is all my own. Like, I'm the one that keeps, yeah, I'm just pitiful. And then Jesus is like, shut up! You are beautiful! It's amazing! And I get excited. Thank you all for being here. Let's go to God in prayer. Holy, I thank you for these people. I thank you for this day, Resurrection Sunday. The day where everything was new because hope was born. Love rose. And it turned everything upside down. I thank you that the spirit of resurrection is still at work among us if we just open ourselves to it. Let your spirit be here today. Let these people feel your presence. It's you they came to worship. It's you they came to seek, not me. It's you they need to hear from. It's you that they need a touch from, not me. So let your spirit fall. Let every word that gets said be a word that somebody needs and that somebody can glean some hope, some joy, some peace from. Be with us this day. In your name I pray. Amen. Amen. So it's Easter Sunday, and everybody knows what you talk about on Easter Sunday, right? I mean, every year it's the same. Band, we came in, and it's like, well, what are the Easter songs? Here they are. Do you remember how they go? No, not really. But I remember the Easter story. I know what we're supposed to talk about. I know that it's recorded in 4 different places. I know that we can randomly pick any of them. So I picked Mark. Mark chapter 16, verses 1 through 7. When the Sabbath was over, Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, and Salome bought spices so they could embalm him. Very early on Sunday morning as the sun rose, they went to the tomb. They worried out loud to each other, who will roll back the stone from the tomb for us? Then they looked up, saw that it had been rolled back. It was a huge stone, and walked right in. They saw a young man sitting on the right side, dressed all in white. They were completely taken aback, astonished. He said, "Don't be afraid. I know you're looking for Jesus the Nazarene, the one they nailed on the cross. He's been raised up. He's here no longer. You can see for yourselves that the place is empty. Now be on your way. Tell his disciples and Peter that he is going on ahead of you to Galilee. You'll see him there, exactly as he said." Anything about that get you happy? Anything? Nothing? Okay, how about y'all? Anything about that got y'all happy? Yeah. Which part? Which part you like? Everything? All of it? Okay. So for me, it's the oddball stuff that always sticks out. Verse 3. They worried aloud to one another, who gonna move that stone? So, let's be real. It's 2019. We start arguing over all the things that are biblical that everybody wants to argue about, we're going to be here all day. So let's don't argue about it. Let's look at it this way. All of us got a tomb. And we like to go into it and stay. And we moan and we groan, who going to move this stone away? We stuck. We're a lot like Peter. If you look at Mark chapter 14, verse 72, that's where Peter remembers, because the rooster goes cock-a-doodle-doo twice. And Peter goes, crap. He said I would deny him before the rooster crowed twice. And I've done it. And Peter collapses and cries. We could say Peter crawled into his tomb. He pulled the blanket up over his head and laid down. He thought it was over. I've betrayed the one person who loved me. Where's the comeback in that? We do the same thing. We do things, we say things, we behave in certain ways, and we lay down and think that's it, it's over, God can't use us. God can't see me. Holy can't find me. I'm so deep down here in this tomb, ain't nobody gonna get me. Ain't nobody gonna move that stone. The stone was already gone. The stone's already gone. Your stone is already gone. You're the one that keeps wanting to roll it back in place. You're the one that wants to stay in the dark and say, God can't use me. Holy can't use me. Look at all the stuff I did. Y'all really want to go there? I got a list. We can lay them all out if y'all want to.
We ain't got much time.
We ain't got that much time, Travis. You're right. But there's Peter. Don't you think betraying Jesus would have been like the ultimate thing not to do? It's the worst thing ever. And he told you you were going to do it, and you still did it anyway. It's like when you're a kid, and your mom was like, don't do that. Don't do that. And you're like, do it. And then you start crying because something bad didn't happen to you, and your mom looks at you and goes, told you not to do that.
Take a switch.
Whoa. I ain't talking about switches today either. No. He said the hand. We all struggle. We all have a bit of Peter in us. We all have a bit of that. We kind of feel like the things we've done disqualify us. They make us unusable, unmoldable, unteachable. Those are the kind of things we think. And when we start thinking them, what do? If we're honest, okay, I'm done now. I've done messed this up so good. Ain't nothing I can do now but sit here and wait it out. Why? Why is that my only option? Who said that was my only option? John chapter 11, do you know what Jesus said? Jesus said, I am right now the resurrection and the life. He was still alive when he said it. He wasn't dead. He wasn't in the tomb. He hadn't been popped up out of the tomb. He was walking and breathing. And he said, I am right now resurrection and life. So do you know what that means? It means right then, right in that moment, new could happen. Right now, right in this moment, new can happen.
Amen.
You don't have to wait. You don't have to, oh Lord, all the things that I've heard people talk about they have to do before they can come to church. No, it ain't true. You can come anytime you want to. You can run to Jesus anytime you want to. You can meditate anytime you want to. You can say, Holy, help me anytime you want to. You ain't got to stay in your tomb. You can come out. We might better save that for next Sunday. The you can come out part. We all have things that we try to let keep us, separate us from the love of God. Well, I don't believe in all that stuff. Okay. Can you believe that love matters? Can you believe that love is what we're supposed to do? Loving and serving others. Then the rest of it, boo, we ain't going to argue about. We just going to go love people and serve people, and we're going to let God do God and we'll do us. As long as we let God work through us, are we not doing what we're supposed to do? So see, some of you came in here this morning, I'm going to go hear about that crucifixion. Sorry. I told you last year, I'll probably tell you every Easter, I'm very confused about how the crucifixion became the symbol of Easter. Because Easter is that. The stone was gone. There was hope. Because the one thing that's scarier probably than anything is what? Death. So many people are afraid of it. And so in this one instance, we have the stone rolled away, and they go, uh-oh. Is he the grave robbers? Or he done got up like he said. And if he done got up like he said, now let's pretend we're Peter for real. If he done got up like he said, and I done denied him 3 times. Y'all, I'm going to go in the tomb. Y'all put the stone back, okay? Because Jesus is up and I might be in bad trouble. It's not how it works. Because what did the angel tell them in verse 7? Go tell the disciples and even Peter. See, you think you're excluded for whatever reasons, for whatever you got going on in your head that you think makes you less than, and you can't participate in holy things, and you can't worship, and you can't do anything. Whatever that is. And even you. And even you. Katie, over there, Christy, and even you. Every single one of you. You have a place. You belong. And your place is not in a tomb that you've created for yourself. God says, come out. I love you just as you are. I want to work with you. I want to work through you. And together we will change the world. That's what Resurrection Sunday is about. It's about accepting accepting that power, that powerful love that says, no more. Forget all that stuff. Don't talk about it anymore about how you ain't good enough. You're mine. I'm resurrection and life. And then what does it say? Believe in me. Believe what I'm telling you is true. Believe me when I say that my love is enough. Believe me when I say that there's nothing that you can do that makes me love you less. Believe me when I call you. Believe me when I say we can do lots of things together. So where do you want to be? In the tomb of your own making? Or do you want to be walking in the love of Jesus? With Jesus? Letting love be the ruling principle. It's a choice. And like Peter, you have to decide. But if you read ahead, yeah, Peter goofed up. Yeah, Peter wanted to hide from Jesus. But what happened in Acts chapter 2? Peter was there when the Spirit fell. Peter was the one that said, this is what he was talking about. I might have done wrong before, but y'all check this out. The Spirit of Jesus is here. So I'm not on a rooftop way back then. I'm here in Thrive MCC today, 2019. Y'all, the Spirit of Jesus is here. Every time you choose to love your neighbor, every time you choose to serve someone, every time you don't get caught up in the bull, and there's been a lot this week. Just this week, there's been a lot. How are we people who care more about a cathedral than world hunger or Flint water crisis? When did God say I'm supposed to protect the cathedral and let you go hungry? It ain't in there. It ain't nowhere in there. When did God say I'm supposed to look the other way as bad things happen to people? That ain't in there either. And you know those graves we like to dig for ourselves? That's where they begin. When we do choose to, oh look, we need to rebuild the cathedral. That kid needs some food. We got to rebuild the cathedral. Flint needs clean water. Yeah, but we got to rebuild this. This is a monument to our faith. No, you are a monument to your faith. Every time you choose to do the right things, every time you choose to let God use you, every time you choose to come out of the dark and into the light, every time you say, yes, God, you are the testimonies. You are the hands and feet. You are resurrection power in action. One of my favorite quotes from Nadia Bowles-Weber. Y'all know who she is? I love that woman. She's talking about Resurrection Sunday. It's about how God continues to reach into the graves we dig for ourselves and pull us out, giving us new life in ways both dramatic and small. In big ways and in little ways. God, you can't use me. I'm no good. Look at all the people I hurt. Look at all the stupid stuff I did. Who told you that? They lied. Because all Jesus ever said is follow me. Love one another. Believe. And together we change everything. That's Easter Sunday morning. But it should also be every day of the life that you live. And all the people said, amen.